Well, welcome back to this series. Another exciting book we're going to be looking at is the book of Psalms. And man, do we have a whole lot of information, encouragement and challenge, in this book, as you're going to see in the coming weeks. And the first one is titled, Be Careful Where You Get Advice. And this comes out a lot in the first chapter, especially around chapters 1, verses 1 to 3. And it says, those that are planted will flourish. It doesn't say might or could, it says will flourish. So being planted, and we'll look at that in a moment, what does that actually mean? And it's really important to get good advice if you're going to flourish in life. And it goes on then in verse 4 to say, those that are planted won't be like the wheat that's blown away like the wind. And it's very easy to be blown off course with terrible advice, even good meaning advice, but is actually not helpful to you making decisions. So in connecting your faith and life to each book of the Bible, we're going to deal with Psalms at this point in time. So let me ask you, who's in your inner circle? And if you've got the right people in your inner circle that are speaking good into your life, good information, good direction, even challenging your thinking, then you're going to flourish. And that's how we flourish, is not by having people tickle our ear with the nice things. So I'm looking at this last part of this video, looking at the foolish leader and then at the wise leader. And this all comes out in this chapter 1 and in verses 1 and 2. Let's look at the foolish leader. The foolish leader, it says, gets wrong counsel. Sometimes we get counsel that we want to hear, not what we really need. Number 2, we listen to the wrong voices. And it's those often the loudest voices. Someone who's always negative and down and trying to paint the worst possible picture is not helpful. We join the wrong circles. Often, if we have a negative attitude, we bring negative people around us, and that's not helpful for us to be able to flourish in our business, in our life, and in our churches. The other thought here under foolish leaders is they never ask, who am I mixing with? Are these people helping me on the journey? And there's times I've had to pull back from people who have really not been helpful in putting in good input into my life. And therefore, you can ask yourself, do I also have too many people speaking into my life? And even recently, I've had to tell people that, look, it's no use me giving you any advice or wasting my time. You have too many people speaking into your life, and it's not confirming the same things. They've all got different opinions, and all you're doing is gravitating to the next one till you get something that you want to hear or that you're satisfied with, rather than listening to those that are going to bring the good advice. Too many voices will only confuse you and stop you in your tracks, and you definitely will not move forward. And then the wise leader comes out in verse 2. It says they're planted with the right people, those that will speak life into you. It says that person seeks God. That's where he's planted in what God has for his life and his business. They're stable people. They're not blown by the wind from one place to another. They inwardly get replenished. They don't allow themselves to get so burned out and dry. The people will not listen or not be encouraged and not spend time with God because they're too busy. Well, you're not going to be replenished, and you will drain, you will get tired, you will get mentally tired, and you can't make clear decisions. They're productive. A wise leader is productive. It may not always be the direction you think they should be going, but they're actually productive. They remain strong even when they're blown around when the wind comes, and you see success in their lives. So there's some good thoughts around foolish and wise leaders. Be good to go over those yet again, just get those into your spirit.